I'm going to do is I'm going to go to accounting, and I can see here under accounting, we have new tabs. So in accounting, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to payments management. Now, some of the benefits of paying your vendors through MarketMan. Number one, your vendors get paid faster. ACH and eCheck is a 2 business day turnaround. That means if you pay them on a Monday, they actually get the money on Wednesday. It's easier for you. With the click of a button, you'll be able to pay all of your suppliers. It's also a really easy way to keep track of what bills still need to be paid and more. So in this payments management tab, again, accounting payments management, we can see all of the payments that are still due. So I can see that in Jordan's Pizza, I have $47,000 approved for payments. I can see that I actually have $2,900 due in the next 7 days. If I click see more, it will actually take me to the accounting invoices screen for all the bills that are due in the next 7 days. Before we get to that, let's go back to payments management. In payments management, we can see what suppliers we owe money to. We can see overdue, due in the next 7 days, due in 8+ days, and then we can see it broken down per supplier as well. The payments management tab is a way to understand how much you have that you owe, when it's due, and from here, everything's clickable. So we can actually click and see a specific supplier, what we have due, all from here. This is just a visual screen. To actually pay your invoices, you're going to go to accounting invoices. Now, a couple things have to happen though before you pay your suppliers. The first thing is if we go to settings, company, we are going to have a couple different fields. So the 2 fields that we have are bill payment methods and approval flow customization. Bill payment methods give us the ability to add credit cards, e-checks, and ACH. The credit card is a 2.9% transaction fee plus 10 cents each transaction. And e-check and ACH are each 50 cents per transaction. Now, per transaction is the key word. It is not 50 cents per invoice. You have the ability to pay multiple invoices at a time, and it's 50 cents per transaction. To add a new e-check or ACH, you're just going to click on it, and you're going to follow the prompt here. E-check, you're going to actually log into your account. ACH, you're going to fill out these details and this information. So from settings company, under payment methods, you have the ability to actually add a credit card, an e-check, an ACH, so you can start paying your suppliers. The other thing that has to be set up in the settings company is the approval flow customization. Everyone's a little bit different. Some of our customers like to have an invoice come in, automatically be approved for payment, pay it, and then push it to QuickBooks. Other people, a little bit different. Other people want to have something in between. What they want to do is they want to have an invoice, they want to receive an order, have that invoice hit, then approve it for payment, and then payment. So from here, you have the ability, if you leave this checked, then the invoices will automatically be approved for payment. If you uncheck it, that means that each bill has to be approved so you can pay it out. It's an important distinction. The reason that it's so important is some people want to have that initial layer, others just want to do it right away. So once you have that set up in settings company, and again, make sure you're always pressing save, it's time to set up your suppliers. MarketMan takes verifying suppliers really seriously. So in terms of how you set up your suppliers, there's 2 different ways to do it. The first is you can click on a supplier. Let's take Alex's Supply. And we can actually verify and set up their billing here. So let's say, for example, that I want to set up Mains as a vendor I want to pay. I can click on them, and then I can click on this Enable MarketMan Payments, and you're going to fill out this information. Now, this is not your information as a restaurant. This is going to be the supplier information. So this is actually Main's information. You put in their tax ID, their bank account number, their routing number, and this will enable us when we do e-check, ACH, credit card to actually hit their direct bank account with the money. If you don't know that information, don't worry about it. What most of our customers are doing is using our secure landing page. I'm going to include in my recap email that secure landing page. It gives you the ability to send this landing page out via email, and you can actually have them fill out all of this information directly. We can see here Alex's supply is already verified. So since Alex's supply is already verified, I can start paying them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Accounting, Invoices. Now, you cannot pay a vendor with ACH, e-check, or credit card until they're verified. So if I try to pay Brian's Liquor, it's not going to let me. I want to filter up here from all suppliers, and I'm going to go to Alex's supply. We can see here that I have 8 in total. I have 6 approved for payment and 2 paid in full. So if you want to pay an invoice, there's a couple different ways to do it. The first option is you can actually click on the invoice number. When you click on the invoice number, you can see that you have the ability, just like always, to edit it. And you can also make a payment directly from here. If we press make a payment, we have the ability to actually put in a specific payment amount. So let's say that this invoice is for $1,068.25 and you want to short pay them. If we want to short pay them because you didn't get everything, you have the ability to short pay directly from here, and then we can choose our payment. So we can do it via credit card, via ACH, however you set it up. What most of our customers are doing is they're going to accounting invoices, they're filtering by a supplier, and they're actually paying multiple invoices at a time. So on a weekly basis, see I'm selecting the last week, I can go to Actions, Make a Payment, and from here, I can actually pay the invoice. And do you see here how it actually says what documents are being paid? And then all I do is do ACH, e-check, or credit card. Once the payment goes out, you will get notified, and the supplier will get an email as well. That's one of the key things. Once a payment goes out, the supplier gets a notification that it was paid and with the invoice numbers. When it goes out, we can go to Accounting, Payment Transactions, and we can see all of the different payments that have been made. We can track their status, so it'll go posted to paid. So posted means that it was sent to them and put in their bank kind of as pending. Once it's been paid, that means it's hit. The other option that you can do is, let's say that you run to the grocery store or you're buying something on Amazon. You're obviously not going to be paying those suppliers through MarketMan. So what we can do is you can select these invoices. Remember, you can select in bulk, you can do one at a time, whatever's most comfortable. And you can make an offline payment. When you record an offline payment, what that's telling MarketMan is, hey, I paid this bill, not through MarketMan, I paid it offline. And the reason this is important is, remember, this payments management section will get updated. This way in payments management, you can really see what you're owed and what you're not. So for here, I'm going to say that I paid this yesterday. I paid the whole thing. I'll just say paid via credit card with the supplier day of. And I'm going to save the payment record. And when I save that, I can see that my balance goes to 0. And I could also see that in payment transactions, this offline payment is recorded. I can see that there's no processing fee because I paid it offline as well. And we can see if it's e-check, if it's credit card, all from here. So the idea is that, number one, you go into payments management, and from payments management, you have the ability to see what bills are overdue, what suppliers you need to pay. Then you want to set up in settings the bill pay methods, ACH, e-check, credit card, and the approval flow customization. Do you want to actually approve each invoice as it comes in? Then it's time to set up the suppliers. In terms of setting up the suppliers, you can either do it in the supplier section yourself, or you can send out our secure link that I will send out afterwards, and they can fill it out themselves. Then it's time to start paying your invoices. One other thing I want to mention is in the supplier section, if I go to Alex's supply, not only do I have the ability to set up the payment stuff right here, but I also have the ability to set up payment terms. So remember how in payments management we could see 7 days, 8+ days. This is all based on the payment terms. Whether you're receiving orders manually, whether you're scanning invoices, does not matter. The payment terms will come over automatically from here. That about covers what I wanted to go through today. Again, our goal with this webinar was to give you a little bit of a taste of what payments is. The idea is that you now have the ability to pay all of your suppliers through MarketMan. Remember, you have to get them verified first. We take the verification process very seriously. It takes a couple days to get your supplier verified. But once your suppliers are verified, you get to keep track of how much money you owe and to who. You get to stop wasting time mailing out checks, and your vendors get to be paid faster. We're going to take a 30-second break and then open up to questions. Thanks, everyone.